evening and a match of quality to boot. Marty Morrissey was amongst those who enjoyed an excellent exhibition of hurling.
Conor Gleeson captains the team from left half back and joins a formidable half back line of Rémi Ryan at number 5 and Colin Bonner at number 6. But the big star for Tipperary in recent challenge matches has to be number 9, John Lahey, who lines out beside Brendan Carroll. Lots of new names in this Kilkenny team, but none more so than this man, Ken O'Shea. He replaces the injured Charlie Carter at corner forward. When you look at the Kilkenny team, it's very different, with new names like Andy Comerford joining Phil Larkin. But there at number 12 is the man himself, the captain of Kilkenny, DJ Carey. Match referee is Joe O'Leary from the Napiershi Club in Cork City. Taking charge of this vital Division 1 National Hurling League match. And a beautiful evening here in Semple Stadium with Hurlers. The first block down by Declan Ryan on Pat O'Neill. Tipperary playing from left to right. Well gathered. Oh, nice skill by Cleary. First opportunity is sent wide. Well, what a lovely piece of skill by Michael Cleary. First knocking the ball down and then just tapping it into his hand. Over towards Niall Maloney from the St. Martin's Club. Across to wing forward Brian McAvoy, and there's the first score. 2.5 minutes gone in the first half. Brian McAvoy opens this game. Over towards Philip O'Dwyer. Oh, good defending by Eddie O'Connor. Recovers well. This is Andy Comerford. And eventually the referee says for chopping down by the Kilkenny man, it's a free for Tipperary. Toomey Varas, Tomas Dunn. And the sides are level. It took just a minute between Brian McAvoy's point from play for Thomas Dunn to level it with a free. And it's Lahey once more. Surviving the challenge of 3 Kilkenny players, and they're so anxious to deprive him of any space that they almost mess it up themselves. Here's the new boy on the block, Ken O'Shea. Leaves it behind him. Comes back towards John Costello. Kilkenny trying to open it out. Pat O'Neill switching it over towards Niall Maloney. Michael Ryan gets there first for Tip. And it's done again, this time in action from play. Pumping a ball up towards Liam Carroll and Michael Cleary. Torrick Farr leaves it behind him. Cleary is available inside. This has all the makings of a goal, and that's exactly what it is. Michael Cleary from the Nina Aero Club puts the Premier County very much in the driving seat. Torrick Farrell had the situation under control, but then those nerves seemed to affect him. It was an unfortunate bounce. Cahill picked it up. Cleary was gone inside, calling for it clearly, to use the pun. Got inside his marker, and really Joe Dermody had no chance in stopping that. Andy Comerford has picked up a nasty facial injury, and Joe O'Leary has asked for some attention off the field for him. Stalemate around the centre of the field. Good hard pulling. Liam Keown that comes away with it. That's dropping in and over the bar for a good point by the Kilkenny number 5 from Tullaroan. Conor Gleeson waiting for it. Up towards Philip O'Dwyer. Well won. And he goes between them. Makes an angle. Hits a shot straight over the bar. Well, he really made it all by himself. He's actually apologising to his colleague outside who was waiting for the pass. But such confidence by O'Dwyer. And Gaynor trying to get his charges to keep going forward. As Andy Comerford takes this sideline cut. And a good one it is. And there's a connection from DJ Carey. He's dangerous no matter what time of the match he strikes. Because when that ball came in, it was a fine cut by Comerford. But when Carey is at the end of it, well, then nearly always you're raising the green flag. Fouling by Pat O'Neill. A free for Tipperary. Tommy Dunn. Again, it's swinging to the left. There is a connection, and what a connection! A brilliant goal for Tipperary. You have to have great eyesight to see this. The free by Tommy Dunn. It dropped in. It wasn't a good one, but Cleary connected with his back to the goal, and it found the net. Runs on kindly for the Kilkenny man, Brian McAvoy. Switching it over to DJ Carey. What a skillful artist. Trying to find the range, and it looks so easy. A goal and a point for DJ Carey in the space of a minute. Well pulled on. Willie O'Connor. John Costello. Switching it over towards Brian McAvoy. Niall Maloney, Michael Ryan there. Back in the team this evening. But just won't come up for him. And away come Kilkenny. This is a chance for the full forwards, Dennis Byrne, and he puts it over the bar. Centre forward, Kenneth Brennan. Conor Gleeson, pulled on by Brian McAvoy to DJ Carey, left alone. And that is always punished. A goal and 2 points for DJ Carey, without really ever getting into a full stride. Remy Ryan. Pat O'Neill, when the referee gets out of the way, gets there. Colin Bonner. Challenged by Kenneth Brennan. It comes to Dennis Byrne. Good work by Bonner again. Retrieve the situation. Willie O'Connor getting there ahead of Liam Cowell. Here's DJ. Just didn't pick it up first time. It's Carey again. Making room, lots of room, too much room. Taking a shot on a great save by Cummins, but punished brilliantly by the Kilkenny corner forward, Ken O'Shea. What a save by Cummins. Well, the Tipperary backs must be dreaming to give a man of the calibre of DJ Carey, the best in Ireland, space such as this. The Rasper is about to arrive. What about this for a save by Cummins? But Ken O'Shea had the simplest of tasks to put it in. Not a good clearance by Corey Farrell. Liam Keown coming in to help up towards Andy Comerford. He's going for the point from right in the middle of the pitch, and he scores. From the O'Loughlin's club in Kilkenny City. That's a point to remember. Andy Comerford getting there first, ahead of John Lahey. They want to extend their lead before half-time. Niall Maloney showed a little bit too much to Michael Ryan, and thou shalt not do that, the 11th commandment here in Semple Stadium. Tipperary free. Philip O'Dwyer connecting. Oh, a lovely overlap between Cleary and Ryan. Bursting his way through. Here's a goal. And Kermody put him off. It's gone over the bar. But really, there was goal written all over it. It's a white flag rather than a green flag. Philip O'Dwyer not quite connecting, as you can see there on the replay. Cleary saw that Ryan was running through. Here was a chance. Dermody came off his line, and Ryan put it over the bar. It gives the half-time score Kilkenny 2-7, Tipperary 2-6. Really beautiful evening here at Semple Stadium, and quite a large crowd, over 11,000 people here for this National Hurling League match. Pulled on by Dennis Byrne. And it's John Lahey that's back there to help out his defence. Comes up towards Michael Cleary. Nice turn. Coming into challenge is Liam Keown. Available is Philip O'Dwyer in front of the post, and that looks good enough to be an equaliser. 3 points for O'Dwyer in this match, and his third levels this game. Andy Comerford sending it low towards Damien Clear. Nice pickup. Given a bit of room by Michael Ryan, and that space is punished by Damien Clear. So Greg Ballycallan are now on the scoreboard here. Tipperary back in the attack. Philip O'Dwyer. Well, he levelled it moments ago, and he's done it again. His 4th point of the match. And that deserves a warm round of applause. There's Nicky Brennan, the Kilkenny manager, in the yellow, along with his fellow selectors. Eddie O'Connor doesn't get there ahead of Kevin Tucker, but he's back there again. And O'Connor is showing the sort of form that you see when Kilkenny are on a roll. Oh, that's a great ball from Conor Gleeson. There's a chance here for Cal, and he puts it over. Lovely score indeed by Liam Cal. And he now takes over the mantle of equaliser. Conor Gleeson found Tommy Dunn. Cahill called. Cahill shot. Sides level. Good fielding by Phil Larkin, who's discarded the helmet of the second half. Ryan McAvoy pulling on it first time. Over towards Andy Comerford. Nice idea. Didn't quite come off for Kilkenny. McAvoy showing some nice skill. And recovers well. That's good play by the number 10. Gathered by Niall Maloney. Trying to get away from Noel Sheehy. He wins his free. And that surely is already a score when you have DJ Carey taking the frees. So DJ Carey with the free and the point. Kilkenny lead again by just 1 point. So Aidan Butler is introduced for Tipperary. Brendan Carroll is the man that's gone off.
Come on. Take it out, Ramey.
Oh, that's good play by Ramey Ryan.
Ramey, that's better.
Back down towards Declan Ryan and Cahill. What a lovely pickup by Cahill. Good distribution. Tommy Dunn, half blocked by Liam Keown. Eddie O'Connor getting it back out, but here comes Liam Cahill with another point for Tipperary. No wonder he's an all-star, showing some lovely skill. The man introduced, Aidan Butler. That's a dangerous ball. Philip O'Dwyer at the end of it. And Pádraig Farrell makes a miraculous save on the line. Eddie O'Connor is there to clear it out. And cleared by John Costello. A let-off for the Cats. That's one life that's definitely used up. Here comes DJ Carey. Trying to find Damien Clear. Succeeds in doing so. And almost with his back to goal, drops in a wonderful ball. Comes back outside to a Kilkenny man. There's a chance here of a goal. That surely is a penalty for a rather over-robust challenge by Paul Shelley. And the Kilkenny man certainly made the most of it. DJ Carey, he scored a goal and 4 points in this match, facing Paul Shelley, Brendan Cummins and Noel Sheehy. Carey going for the goal, and he finds the net. A rasper of a shot puts Kilkenny a goal in front. When Carey gets a chance, well then you may as well raise the green flag. A bullet. pressure is back on Tipperary now. But they've done it so many times in this match. Kerry coming to life. What skill, what talent by the Kilkenny captain. Pushed off it by Rémi Ryan, fairly and squarely, with a fair shoulder. Referee Joe O'Leary from the Piercing doing a good job, waving play on. Down towards Michael Cleary, what a ball. Joe Dermody, however, calls for it. Just carried a little bit too much pace. Under pressure, he gets it out to Willie O'Connor. He dropped his hurley, and because of that, O'Leary has punished the goalkeeper and given a free to Tipperary. Michael Cleary, satisfied with a point. Looks like he's going for it, and he hits it past the Kilkenny Cats. A hat-trick of goals for Michael Cleary. They thought this man was finished because of poor form. Cleary is back. Watch out. Limerick in the Munster Championship. Here comes Aidan Butler. Pulled on. Comes back outside to Tommy Dunn. And that is a ball that is going straight over the bar. Wonderful play by Tommy Dunn. Tipperary are in front. Here comes Michael Cleary again. Not alone is he a goal scorer, but he's a maker of chances. He's quite a creator. Here's Philip O'Dwyer, lining up as Liam Cowell. A shot over the bar. 3 points for Liam Cowell. 3 goals for Michael Cleary, and 3-12 for Tipperary. Well, whenever these two great teams meet, these two great hurling counties, you can be guaranteed a real thriller, and this one has certainly not failed. It's most enjoyable. The skill. Over towards Philip O'Dwyer. Tommy Dunn is in the thick of it. So too is Liam Keown and Eddie O'Connor again. Declan Ryan. Tapping it out to Kevin Tucker. Makes an angle and flashes it over the bar for his 2nd point of the match. And Tucker has settled well into this Tipperary team, particularly in the 2nd half. Beautiful skill by Tommy Dunn. There's so much to admire in this league match. Little flicks, little block downs, great points, great goals. And here comes another one of those special moments. Liam Cowell, All-Star 96, scores 4 points, all from play. Breakdown comes to Tommy Dunn. Eddie O'Connor again, first time pull to Aidan Butler. Such a strong man, and he's able to take his points. Well, there's no doubt about it. Aidan Butler has informed Len Gaynor he wants his place for the championship. And on this display, he must be guaranteed it. Colin Bonner. Knockdown comes to Andy Comerford. This is Ken O'Shea. Going for the goal. Meters. To be very modern. Meters wide. Here comes Tipperary again. Liam Cowell. Catching Willie O'Connor out of position and taking his point. The extra man is now beginning to tell. 5 points for Liam Cowell. And the referee blows the full-time whistle. And a match indeed that will be remembered for some absolutely brilliant skill. Some new names on the Kilkenny and Tipperary team I think will be around for some time. Full-time score, Tipperary 319, Kilkenny 311.
Yes, Marty Morrissey was telling me today that that was a thoroughly enjoyable match to be at there in Semple Stadium last night. Tomas Mulcahy, you were there as well. From what we've seen in the league this spring and summer, will there ever be a sliotar pucked in winter time again at inter-county level?
Personally, I hope not, Michael. Any time that you can go to Semple Stadium, as I did last night, wearing a short shirt, must be very good indeed, you know. And particularly when we're used to conditions when fellas were going to National League matches, wearing overcoats and maybe the outskull cap, you know. And last night's conditions, the pitch was excellent. It was a warm night. You had two excellently prepared teams. Obviously, it was ideal preparation for them and therefore the big championship games ahead. You'd two nearly full-strength teams as it was as well, and they served up an absolute brilliant game of hurling.
The other thing about it is, like, apart from the winter-summer factor, there was two other levels in hurling, because during the winter-time teams were maybe not as fit as they should be and so forth, where now teams are right on the ball because they have championship commitments.
That's right, you know, and that's what we've seen as we've seen from the game itself. Players themselves, I know there's places up for grabs on the team as well. You had a few replacements last night on both sides, and I think the introduction of the likes of Aidan Butler for Tipperary in the second half has shown that he wants his place in the Tipperary team, and he showed by his performance last night as well. But the key thing for me last night, the way the game was played, the level of hurling, the skill level that was there, the ball was moved very, very fast along the ground. Players at times didn't even need to lift the ball, you know, and that in itself has to be good for the game of hurling. It was a good advertisement for the game on a Saturday night, and I hope we can see more of those.
Let's look at two little things out of the game. There was sending off that we saw there, and you've been having a look at this again. Yes,
the sending off offences, we see the ball comes down between Colin Bonner, the centre-back, and Dennis Byrne, who is at centre-forward stage. As the clip shows, I think quite clearly, Colin Bonner gets to the ball first. It's a late pull by Dennis Byrne. You can see Colin was holding his hands. The game itself didn't warrant a sending off because it was played in such good spirit, you know. The unfortunate thing about it, Dennis, when you're late with a pull like that, it can do some serious damage to a player, you know, and I think the referee was right in his decision last night.
OK, now you've also highlighted Michael Cleary's performance in this game. Michael had a quiet enough year last year, but he certainly seems to be playing very well at the moment.
He is, and I suppose when a player goes through a lean time, the best thing that happens is maybe a change of position. And last night, Michael started full forward and had an excellent game. He scored 3 brilliant goals. We would all probably term Michael Cleary and seen him in the aftermatch reports maybe getting 5 or 6 points. But last night he had a brilliant game. His distribution of the ball was excellent. And that's what a leader and a captain of the team must do. And in his performance last night, I'm sure Tipperary will be very, very happy.
Makes things even more interesting for the championship for both sides.
It sure does. I suppose on last night's performance, Kilkenny will be disappointed. They lacked a bit of strength up front. I think that John Power missing last night was a big loss. Charlie Carter the same as well. Tipperary, on the other hand, I'm sure going into the championship match against Limerick will be very, very confident now.
Tomas Mulcahy, thank you very much for the moment. On that note, we're going to have a look at the league table as it stood then as a result of last night's match and indeed today's games. And that's how it's finished up. Kilkenny, Galway and Limerick on 10 points, Tip on 9 points, all into the playoffs. And that's